Hey everybody! Hopefully everything's going okay today. Today we're going to be looking at a program I hope you've already downloaded called GeoGebra. And we're going to actually be talking about rotations, 90-degree rotations actually, about any center. And remember, 90 degrees in this case, we're always talking positive angle, which is counterclockwise. Counterclockwise are positive angles. Angles are positive when they are counterclockwise. I keep saying it over and over, but make sure we understand that. Okay, when we rotate clockwise, we're going negative. When we rotate counterclockwise, we're going positive. So let's look at this problem. We're going to draw a triangle LMN with vertices at L 2 comma negative 2, M 6 comma negative 4, and N at 4 comma 4. Find coordinates of the vertices after a 90-degree rotation about point L. All right, so let's actually get started. If you are looking at this screen right now, you'll see that there are two things here, like a calculator and like a little circle and a triangle. We're going to hit the circle and triangle. That brings up our tools. So now we're going to make a polygon, right? So we're going to make a basic triangle at these points. So I'm going to go over to 2, negative 2, that labels a point for me. Now notice it's not labeled L. We'll go back and change it in a second. The next one is M, which is 6, negative 4, so I go over to 6, down 4, and it already connects the segment for me, which is really nice. Then I go to N, which is at 4, 4. You can see that I now have an angle ABC, but the polygon isn't complete until I click back on the original point, therefore completing all of the segments of the polygon. Now, let's actually label these correctly. So let me click on let's click on the calculator here. I'm not sure why it's not coming up. Okay, yeah, those, don't worry about those strokes. All that stuff is just the pen. So we're looking right here at A, B, and C, and we're going to change the labels on them. So we just hit this little button here with the three little buttons, right? The little three little buttons. Hit settings, and then we can change point A to point L, and then hit enter. Now, we can click anywhere off the screen here on the coordinate plane, and that will go away. If we actually want to take a shortcut, we should be able to click on each point, say B, and then see those little three dots? We click on those, and then we can label it M, and hit enter. Do the same with C. And now we have our completed polygon. Okay, let's go back to the tools. And now that we have the tools, we're going to need to find a rotation. Well, what's a rotation, right? It's a circle, right? It's a cycle. It's a revolution about a single point. And right now we're looking at L, which we know is at 2, negative 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the compass tool. Actually, you know what? First, what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line that's perpendicular to segment LM. Now, why are we going to do this? Because we want to know the radius of LM, right? And we want to know where it's going to end up 90 degrees after rotation. And remember, perpendicular lines do what? How do they meet? What kind of angle do they make when they meet? Yeah, that's right, a 90 degree. So I'm going to hit the construct button, and I'm going to go to perpendicular line. I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to the segment that I want, in this case LM. You can see it's highlighted, and then I'll click on L. And now you can see it's created a line that is perpendicular to segment LM. This is good. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to calculator just to make things nice, and we're going to go to the perpendicular line, and we're going to change it to a different color. We're going to change it to red, just to make it look nice. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to tools. Now that we have the perpendicular line that is, well, the line that's perpendicular to segment LM, we're going to use the compass tool. So the compass tool will make a nice little circle for us, and it'll tell us a little bit about where to look for the angle. Now, there it is, compass. See, it's under circles. So I'll click on compass. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the segment that I want. And I'm going to select the point L. You can now see that a circle has popped up with radius what? Segment LM. I'm going to go back to calculator. I am then going to go and select the circle. I'm going to call it, make the color red. So that way we have unity here. And what you can clearly see is that there is a point of intersection. That point of intersection, let's go back to tools and let's make a point. That point of intersection I'm going to put right here. Notice it's labeled A, but remember we can change that, right? We just click, hit undo. And then just hit on the point of intersection. And then what we're going to do is go to the calculator, go to the intersection point, and we're going to change the colors a little bit. We're going to first change the color to what? Red, because we want to keep it all nice and uniform. And then this point is really not A, it's what? It's M what? Prime. So I'm going to name it M prime. That way, when we're done, why didn't it not change? Point M prime. I want to change. That's weird. That's really odd. I'm not really sure why that didn't work. Maybe if I click on A and try it this way? It's an interesting little... Yeah, it does not like changing that name of the point. Well, that's interesting to know. Anyway, point A is now the actual image of the rotation of M. Not really sure why it won't let me do that. It's interesting. Maybe someone else can figure that one out and let me know. So clearly the point that we're going to be looking at here for this rotation is an x value of 4 and a y value of 2. You okay? All right, let's do another one real quick to make sure it's all right. And I'm just going to get rid of these circles and added information. And we're going to do basically the same exact thing for segment LN because that's a different radius. So you're probably already ahead of me. Let's see if you are. We're going to make a perpendicular line that's perpendicular to this, about that. I'm going to change the color. I'm going to make it orange. Why not? Because I like orange. Whoops, orange. And now we have the line that's perpendicular to segment LN. All right. So now what we're going to do is what? Use the compass. Good. So let's use the compass. Let's go back to Tool. We'll go to Circles, and we'll go to Compass. And then we're going to select the segment and the point of rotation. And you can clearly see a circle and a point of intersection. That point is at -4, 0. So let me just, I wish I could label the point better for some reason, but I'm not sure why. Point B here, I'm going to change both of these colors now to match, so to make it look a little pretty. So this GeoGebra is a great little program to help you solve a lot of the problems at hand, isn't it? So real quickly, we have now done both of the problems here because the image of the pre-image L will be itself because it's the center of rotation. So let's just redraw the points in, and I'll try to use the same colors real quickly just to associate the change that we have. So let me put them all up here real quick so you can see what we're getting at, okay? So notice what we're actually doing. We're rotating or taking a line that's perpendicular to the segment at hand. We're then using the compass to find a point of intersection on that what? Perpendicular line. Then we do what? Read the coordinate off. So we have coordinate of m prime, which is labeled here A for some reason, right? And I'm going to go back to tools, and luckily I can use this little pen here for a second. I'm going to make a little mark here, and I'm going to say this is at what? 4, comma what? 2. And then I'm going to make note that this is what? M prime. Yeah, it looks a little messy. That's okay. I don't want this video to go too long, right? And then this point right here that we have, that's the image of what? N. So this is N prime, and it's at -4, comma 0. So let me get rid of everything. We'll go back to calculator, and I'll get rid of all of this now. And then hopefully show you the completed point. So let's see if we can label it correctly is what I'm trying to get at here. Point. We know one is at 4, 2. So we know there's a point there, C. We know there's a point here, D. And then we know the center of rotation, L, will be L prime because it's the center of rotation. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the segment key. Well, actually, you know what? Better yet, let's go back to calculator and label these points. Hopefully label these points correctly. Can I label them correctly now? Will they let me do it? M prime. Maybe if I actually type in M prime, maybe they'll let me do that. No, they just really won't let me rename it for some reason. We'll make a note, but that's really M prime right there. And now what I'm going to do is, because we can't relabel them for some odd reason, I'm not really sure why that's the case here, because we were able to do it originally, but only on the polygon. I guess points we have a little issue with. Maybe there's something. Anyway, so then all I'm going to do is connect the segments now. So I'm going to go back to Tool, go to Segment, and then I'm going to use, I'm going to change the color after, but I'm going to go L to C, C to D, and D to L. And that is the polygon, the triangle, L prime, M prime, and N prime. Now, just pay close attention here. Well, I'm going to write it down. Just pay close attention that what we have here is the rotation. So we've taken this and rotated it about 90 degrees counterclockwise. Okay? So let's just finish it off. So triangle LMN to triangle L prime, M prime, and N prime. And I'm going to make a little note that this is L prime at 2, -2. So what we have here is it said, ask for the vertices of the image. Well, we have them. We have L prime. L prime is what? 2, -2. M prime is 4, 2. And N prime is -4, 0. And there you go. Hopefully this helps, and I hope you had fun using GeoGebra. Okay, have fun. Bye-bye. Keep doing it, and try the rest of the problems. Bye.